The BMW IBSF Bobsleigh and Skeleton World Cup finals are in Calgary in Canada. The first time the World Cup is raced here in 4 seasons. The 1988 Winter Olympic Championship track is the venue for the final day of sliding in the Women's Skeleton World Cup. Hello everybody, I'm Martin Haven. John Morgan alongside me as we get ready for the second heat. And John, a fantastically tight battle in prospect.
Yeah, Yulia Kanikina, she's won World Cup medal ever in her career. She was 14th in the race yesterday. Her worst finish of the year, 7th in World Cup points. She got the second best start on tour, and the former ballerina is in a bronze medal position. But last night, Mimi Ravina, she went out and blew the field away. She won the competition like everybody else was on another planet, and she was trying to win back-to-back. Her first ever gold medal in North America. Her 2 previous gold medals were in St. Moritz. So she's in a silver medal position and not far off, 0.10 off Elizabeth Meyer, who snuck into the medals last night with a bronze medal. And here she came 11th on a track, very much slower track than last night. And she's got herself in the gold medal position. 4 sleds atop of the field are separated by 0.13 of a second.
Yeah, and it's likely that that's where the medals will come from. So where? We'll have to wait and see. Now, Mimi Ravina currently will not be third in World Cup standings. If she and Tina Hermann finish 2nd and 4th, there needs to be more than that separation between them. So Hermann at the moment looking to be 3rd in the World Cup standings. Further back, you can see that there is a huge battle from Renate Kutsner in 5th down to Jane Chandler in 10th, covered by 0.11 of a second.
Giving my sled a hug.
Yeah, you got to hug your sled, haven't you? And attack it with spanners and all that sort of stuff. There's Elizabeth Meyer. She'll go last. You can see the 2 Germans there. Sophia Griebel closer to us, and Tina Hermann. Hermann, World Cup champion 3 seasons ago, the runner-up the last 2 years. Mimi Ravina there, she was the bronze medalist in the World Cup 2 seasons ago. Elizabeth Meyer last year. And Kimberly Boss showing how everybody is trying to stay warm, not just by running about, but by wrapping up warm. And there's Kanikina, bronze medal for the first time in her career about a month and a half ago. Could she claim another one? The tricky thing in these changeable weather conditions, John, it was a little bit of snow in the first heat, there's still a bit of snow and a bit of wind added to it, is being able to find consistency, and that's going to be really tough.
Track crew didn't have a lot of opportunity to work on this track overnight, which the difference is like 3/4 of a second from the finish times yesterday till today. You know, and the other thing too is the crew hasn't really had a chance to work on the ice because the last 2 weeks it's been so frigid.
Yep.
They haven't had a chance to water the ice. So the ice isn't at the optimum conditions, although we got close to a track record last night in men's skeleton.
Canadian synchronized coffee drinking team there up at the top watching the action as we get ready for the final run of the Skeleton World Cup for women. Martin Haven and John Morgan in Calgary in Canada as Great Britain's young slider Ashley Pittaway comes to the line. Now she was the slowest down in the first heat, so she goes first off. Pittaway starting her 7th World Cup race. We saw her first when she was a 15-year-old youth Olympic champion.
5:95, 600s better than her first run, Martin. If she's going to have any chance to compete, she's going to need to improve her start time because there's deficiency than her start time. And you know, she's got the talent, junior world champion, junior Olympic champion.
Yep.
She's got the talent gliding down the track, but she needs to get 20-30 better to start.
So the first slider down, you can see there is less snow in the track than there was in the first heat. Of course, you've had an hour off, so the track crew have been able to clear some of that away. She gets a good run down into the Kreisel. And gets a good line as well. Decent exit, little clatter, 113.2. That's definitely
speed.
Quicker. That's over 70.3 miles an hour and accelerating hard now. Elbow out there, struggling for control into the final turn, rattles the wall, 59.22. She came down 60.08 in the first heat, so that's 3/4 of a second better.
More than that. It's almost, that's 80 hundredths, yeah. Wow. 78, 80,
well,
86 hundredths.
Still, when you whale the wall coming off that final turn, yeah, that's the last thing about your trip you remember, and the one thing that'll still be there in your head tomorrow morning is how much this track hurts.
Does this mean the track got spritzed and taken care of.
No, but it definitely got shoveled and swept. And that's possibly a help. Plus, also, she never raced here really before, so she's just adding to the knowledge.
Oh, boy, she hit it there in that expansion joint.
And she didn't race yesterday because she wasn't originally in the race lineup for the missing race in Koenigsegg. Kimberly Boss was, however, so she did race yesterday. And the Dutch girl, 0.03 of a second ahead of Ashley Pittaway. So let's see how much was Ashley improving, how much was the track improving. Let's see if Kim can keep her position and maybe move up a spot. Kristen Bromley, the coach at the top.
Start.
She started 5:79, 5:55.
Oh, wow. 2400's better start.
But don't forget how much slower the starts were in the first heat than they were yesterday.
She was a second athlete down, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she
just needs a nice
got a huge lead of 5500s.
Wow. Considering she was 300s in front from the first
that's
heat.
related to the start. She won 40 hundredths at the start advantage. So this is where they should equalizing out 54, 55. Unless she does something drastic here.
Trying to control her line.
118.7 down to 47.
Right, a little bit of a hard take on into the Kreisel, but the exit's not too bad. 112.8, a fraction slower than Ashley Pittaway, but she's still
coming back. Should be enough though to be the leader.
Yeah.
119.2, the 102 kilometers down.
She's wrestling it into the final corner.
1100.
Wow, she's gone up from 3 to 1100s up. Yeah, few. 59.14. Again, she came down 60.05. So that's a 0.9 of a second improvement, just about.
Well, we're going to have a faster track here, Martin.
It looks like it.
Not going to be anything near the record time.
No, we need to find 2 seconds from our leader to get to the track record.
Exit curve 1. This is not allowed. That drift out of there. And then the pivotal part of the track, expansion joint, everybody hits that, it pops up in the air. She's got a little bit of a drift going. And then here in the exit of Kreisel, pretty quiet there.
Yep. There's Phil Searle taking it easy with the sled.
It's not open, but I'll take 2.5.
2 down, 14 to go in our final World Cup skeleton race of the season. Madeline Smith, as always, walks along the ice, lays the sled down, comes back to the block ready for the start. 10th fastest getaway, 5:76 in the first heat.
Should be in the 60s then, from what we've seen in the first 2 sleds.
It's a long, flat start here, real sprinters. Yeah, so she's
2400s faster. Now we're starting to get into some reality at the start.
Yeah, what was she producing yesterday? Maddie was definitely quicker than she was in the
she
first
was
heat.
5:76.
Yeah,
no.
That was the first heat today. Well, this is a nice looking slide again from the British athlete.
Yesterday.
6100s up. Well, already I think, John, we're in for a topsy-turvy end to the World Cup race, aren't we?
Well, they're going to get back to speeds they're familiar with. Again, they had no training. They had a couple trips on Thursday. Raced yesterday, raced today. They had about a 12-hour layover.
112.8. Speed's coming down. Ashley Pittaway still fastest, apart from in the start speed track. So Maddie Smith hanging on in front by 3/4 of a second.
58.81. Let's do the math there, Mark.
That's 0.8 again quicker than her first heat.
8300's better.
Yeah, so she was 0.4 up, and she opens that out to 74 hundredths of a second. So that's a big advantage.
Remember, they're, muscle memory. They're thinking about the times they went last night, and they came out here, and the lines are different. And when the lines are a lot slower, you enter the curve slower. Look at the mistakes she makes here on the way into 6.
Just steering to get the line she wanted.
No, so they're thinking
too bad.
So they're thinking last night, or when they came out in the first heat, the same type of conditions they had the night before. It wasn't.
Bye, everyone.
Off to the leader's box.
Madeline Smith was in 14th place. In 13th, just 400ths of a second in front of her, was Savannah Graybill. And Savannah, in turn, 500ths behind Kim Milemans in 12th. So we've got a very tight three-way battle here. And Savannah Grable of the USA, the meat in the sandwich.
Athlete from Denver, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I said Colorado once. Think I got away with that?
No.
583 start compared to 591 in the first heat, so she too has found a little bit more in that start groove.
But she's really behind here because of the start deficiency, so, you know, you can get a half second here if you've got magical lines coming down the track and you're a good glider, but you have to be perfect, and it's tough to be perfect on a track because the ice is so unpredictable like we have now.
Down 48 to 47 to, what's this going to be, 3600s back? 410s back. Well, that's decent speed, not quite as quick as Ashley Pittaway. Little clatter there out of the Kreisel. Still 110.4, 68.6 miles an hour. She's losing ground to Maddie Smith. She is not going to catch her. The gap's opening up again. So she's going to be in second at the line. Madeline Smith stays in the leader's box. Somebody fetch that woman a jacket.
1700's better. We've seen Maddie Smith come down like 8300's better. Yeah, 1700's better there.
Now, some of that is inconsistency in the younger sliders who've got less experience of the track. Some of it will be a good run, a bad run, and a good run.
Well, she got beat by 3100s at the start, Martin. Yep. Over 2 heats, that's 6000s. And, you know, it's just impossible to go and hit 3-run homers, grand slams on the way down the track when you know, it's a lot easier to do it when you got to start like Kanakina or...
Yeah. A big smile from Savannah Grable, but it's Maddie Smith who leads as Kim Marmont of Belgium comes to the line. 12th place after the first heat, the little Belgian. As ever, the sled, the outfit, the helmet looking on point. On fleek, as I believe the kids probably used to say. Let's see what she's got to start. First heat, 576, same as Madeline Smith. Can she get
50s.
into the 550s?
Should be in the high 50s, minimum.
56, so she's improved almost exactly as much as Maddie Smith has. She keeps...
And she didn't drift out of curve 1.
Keeps 100th of her lead over Maddie Smith. 500 to beg your pardon as she lies down, but now...
But now it's related to the start difference. So now if she keeps it at +2 or +3, she can fly in the bottom. She's already -6. So.
All right. So it was a dead heat basically at the second clock. Now she's got to beat her on the ice.
Down the straightaway. And these sliders are
119.4s.
112, opening up the gap as she gets to the Kreisel.
112.1, this is great speed.
69.6 miles an hour, second fastest for Kim Marmons.
119,
117, go away by about a quarter of a second. 1300s, okay, 58.77.
Take that. Coaches which are helping her out.
Now, John, we talked in the first heat about the fact that there is no Chinese female skeleton slider in the field, but we will have our first Chinese athlete at the elite level in the World Championships. We're going to have 2 men and 1 women's skeleton team, and they'll have a full complement of bobsledders here this week.
2 men, 2 women, 2 4-mans.
Yep.
China is coming.
Yep.
And Kim does a great job here of keeping herself right down the middle. That got off a little bit away from her on the exit here, but there's no perfect line out of that albatross.
Going to be a top 12 result. Her best race results, a couple of 11th places in Lake Placid and yesterday here in Calgary. Let's see if she can pick up one more. Now, here's one of the real disappointed sliders after the first heat. Marina Gilardoni was driving herself into a medal position in the first heat, and then it all went wildly wrong exiting the Kreisel.
On the exit of Kreisel, which, you know, her start was better than the night before, so 58, this could get in the 40s here.
If she gets back down to a 5-0, it'll be 5-5-0, 5-57, all right.
Her start was the same in the first heat as it was in the second heat. Everybody else is 2-3 tenths faster. She found something up there at the start that no one else had in the first run.
Maybe it's just the power rather than the actual speed to get through that.
She is the most powerful athlete up there, thicker.
All right, 1400's up. Now let's see if she can really put in a recovery drive. If she gets the exit to Kreisel nailed, John, she could be in the leader's box a while. Here we go, into the Kreisel.
Very good.
Now she's got to not disappear from sight. This time it's a little better. That's the exit she wanted the last time.
112.1's the same as the Belgian sled.
Gap's coming right down. 800.
117 kilometers is what the Belgian sled had.
It's not enough.
118, better speed,
Wow.
better speed.
But waving through the final corner and at the line,
she has
only
enough.
500.
Losing, but then at the finish eye, the speed, she had better speed.
Well, Marina Gilardoni has had 3 bronze medals and a silver medal in the World Cup 2 seasons ago, but her best result this year, 7th.
She's 75–80% of where she was when she was winning those medals.
Yeah.
Physical, but you know, powerful starter, and not the starter she used to be. She used to be the best starter in the field.
Would have been great to see her in the medals here, just to really reinstill that
in the
confidence.
first heat, she went down below the railings, and then she flew off the top of the exit here. She has the norm to get out of there.
All right,
Her
that's
World
a
Cup
better
season
trip.
is over.
On to the World Championships. There's Rita Varchi, Liz Meyer's mum. Marina Gilardoni, the leader, from Kim Marmans and Madeline Smith. We have 10 sleds to go in the women's skeleton season finale here in Calgary in Canada. Tyler Seitz's track crew in there shoveling out what remains in the snow. It's just about stopped snowing, John Morgan. And we have 10 sleds to go in a regular season. And then we go to the World Championships in Whistler. Head off there on Monday, all the athletes traveling as well. Skeleton's the second week though, so they've got a little bit of track preparation time and some time to
I wonder,
ease away some of the bruises from this weekend.
Some skeleton, you know, there's the air temperature.
Yeah.
Some skeleton athletes have to go because we have the team competition a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
That's the final race of the night. So skeleton athletes, they will get training on Thursday, which a lot of teams, skeleton athletes want to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
One skeleton men, one skeleton women in the team competition. Hey, it'd be interesting to see if the Chinese are in it.
That'd be great, wouldn't
That'd
it?
be the first
Chinese
time
team
the
for the first ever,
have a first day of a full complement.
And they will have everybody there, hopefully.
That'd be great.
So, Chinese national championships are happening this weekend in Lillehammer. So I know that they're watching this afternoon, or tonight, or tomorrow morning, or whatever it is in Norway.
8 hours difference.
Yeah.
So it's like
I would think.
just
Oh,
about
Scandinavia.
lunchtime.
I don't know if
Yes, they are.
Scandinavia's 9 behind. Maybe. Yeah. So it's well, it's lunchtime here, so it's dinner time there. Well, there you can see the ski lifts on the ski hills right beside us here. We've got the Olympic ski jump towers as well as the ice sliding track here. Down below, got big hockey rink. We've got skating arenas. The Olympic Oval down in the University of Calgary campus in the centre of town. As we get ready for our final 10 sleds in the regular season. And still, the Crystal Globe is up for grabs. Top 3 places yet to be decided. 10 to go in Calgary, the season finals of the BMW IBSF Skeleton World Cup. Jane Channel of Canada in 9th place yesterday, 10th after the first heat today. Let's see, she was 5th yesterday, I beg your pardon. Let's see if she can move up the order. Martin Haven and John Morgan trackside with you.
55 in the first heat, should be low 40s, if not better. 51.
Yeah.
Surprised.
Well, she was the 4th fastest starter in the first heat.
Yesterday she was the same, 4th fastest starter, but a 32.
Yeah.
She had problems in the first run, bringing it down. I mean, she goes to her home track next week in Whistler. Only back to 1200, that's not a good sign. She's lost the start advantage.
Yep. Well, Marina Gilardoni did have a good second jet.
119.3 is excellent speed, though.
I think that's the quickest we've seen so far. Gets a good exit out of the Kreisel.
113.5 is the best speed, so she should pull away.
And again, she had that big skid into the lower labyrinth.
118.1 is what the Swiss one had. 116.8, that's not the speed. Should be enough.
Enough at the line. 2:10 she leads.
With
Goodbye to Marina Gilardoni. We'll see her in the World Championships.
59.35, 58.72. Doing the math, 58, 55, 63 hundredths better. I think she was a little deficient in the first heat, but she should have done better than that on her home track.
The Swiss could have a team in the Swiss Championships. They got 2-man, 4-man. They've got women's bobsled, women and men's skeleton.
The angle here, this is one of the top starting athletes in the field. A little drift, not bad though. Good speed into Kreisel. Great speed out of Kreisel, but not good speed of the last eye before finish.
Well, we'll see her family trackside in Whistler next week. Sophia Griebels will be watching undoubtedly from home on the television. Griebel in 9th place after the first of our 2 heats, just 200s ahead of Jane Channel. And this is that 6-sled group, John, covered by only 1600s.
76 in the first run, 62 there, 1400s better. It's one of the more experienced sliders in the field. Didn't make the World Cup circuit last year. Only had 1 appearance. This year she was ranked 4th in World Cup points coming in. And she's going to go ahead of her teammate Loling, who's not here.
Yeah, the battle is between Sophia Griebel and Mimi Reneva for 3rd place, realistically.
And that's a big trophy or no trophy.
Yeah. Crystal globe or an empty handshake.
Those are beautiful globes.
Now listen, Griebel is dropping behind Jane Channel.
100s back, 900s back. I don't know if she can catch her here in the bottom. Speed, great exit, 111.4. That's
not enough.
2 kilometers down.
Not enough. She needs 119 at the bottom.
Jane Channel did not have a very good first run.
117, not enough. Sophia Griebel is going to slip a spot, and that leaves the door wide open for Mimi Reneva. Jane Channel stays in the leader's box.
She comes down 4,500s better, but that tells you how good Jane Channel was. The second run also tells you how she wasn't good in the first run.
Yeah, well, she was 5th yesterday.
Yeah, she should be up there in the top 5.
She's not going to be 5th today, though.
She might move up 2 or 3 spots, too.
Yeah.
Here's the drift, exit of 1.
Yeah, got a lot of turn 1, didn't she?
Energy there.
See the huge knee steer with that heel high in the air.
And that's energy going across left to right. Everything in the sport is about going forward. Good form here. Watching, she's one of the best exits of Kreisel. That toe there.
Steering with the head there, keeping the head up just to keep the line up. You know, you steer with every fiber of your body. Jane Channel leads in Calgary, Canada. Kendall Wessenberg, 8th place after the first of 2 heats in our season finals. And Kendall in this 6-sled group from 5 to 10, covered by just 0.15 of a second.
Kendall knows how to get down the track fast from the bottom down. Just suffers up here at the start. The Modesto, California girl. Good technique here, but she can't make any mistakes out of curve 1.
Yeah.
She's got to be perfect.
Even 100 quicker in the start. 5.75. She finds nearly a 10th. That will really help.
Those are good lines out of 1.
Yep.
Now she needs the perfect run. Snow coming in.
Snow. Right. Now that may change the nature of this track a little before the end.
How far back? 3,200s. That's perfect lines. She could get it down here in the bottom. Now the first thing she's going to need is like 119 plus speed here. And the entrance to Kreisel.
3,300 back, so she's just about stopped the bleeding now. It's a really good run down the straight.
119.9, best speed we've seen.
Yep, 74.5 miles
She'll come down again, now 112.5, that's good speed. She's trying to have some more, only 27, ooh, it's the only way, 119 speed, the only chance, 118.6.
Not enough, she's going to drop behind Jane Channel as well, into second.
She's run out of track.
Yeah.
Another 100 meters.
Well, she brought it back in the final corner from 4th on the splits to 2nd.
Jane Channel beat her by 50 hundredths at the start in 2 heats and only beat her by 14 at the bottom. That tells you that Kendall, who won a World Cup medal last week in Lake Placid, her 2nd ever, not happy.
Yeah.
But no doubt of her abilities to bring the sled down at the high speed part of the track. But the acceleration point at the top of the track to start is her deficiency. If she can overcome that, she'll be challenging for a lot more medals.
Yep, she can sure drive. Needs a few more horses at the start. So Kendall Wessenberg slips into 2nd. Jane Channel of Canada, the leader with 7 to go. Martin Hayden and John Morgan trackside in Calgary, Canada, watching Lācis of Great Britain, the Olympic bronze medalist. Bronze medalist here 4 years ago in the World Cup race. Her first ever World Cup podium. I seem to remember Don Parsons claimed his first ever World Cup medal in North America as well. That was in Lake Placid.
Laura with the 69 should be better. Should be in the low 60s.
Struggled a little bit with fitness this year, 5:54.
Watch the drift here. Can she get around here without a drift? Yes.
That was 15 hundredths of a second better than the first heat.
57.3 is good speed. And then this former equestrian athlete who'd never seen a gym until she came to Skeleton, only 700ths in the bank at the moment.
Best way to get fit for riding horses is riding horses. 900s up. She is creeping slowly away from Jan Shannon.
Speed.
She cannot afford a mistake, though. That's a great exit as well.
120. First person with 120 speed.
In the magic numbers, 74.7 miles.
One of last year's Olympic medalist, 113.5.
Here we go. Easing away now. 2200s up.
This is a great run from an athlete you expect great runs from, 118.8.
Fantastic run from Lācis, 58.42. That is the fastest run of the day. She would have led by 4 tenths.
84 hundredths better than her first run. That's an eternity of time in this sport.
If she'd managed that in the first heat, she'd have led by 4 tenths of a second.
Track getting faster?
Track's getting faster, athletes are getting wiser.
Well, I think they're also getting familiar with what
Yeah.
the ice is offering them
There you
from
go.
the first run. This is certainly a different ice canal that they're working with than they did last night.
And when you drift out wide, you're no longer sending up showers of snow.
Yeah.
You know what happens with when your car hits a patch of snow on the highway? It slows that corner down. Same here. 6 to go. Wearing the yellow vest of our World Cup points leader, Elena Nikitina. If she doesn't crash, she'll claim the crystal globe.
Even if she just gets to the bottom and last, she still wins?
Nope. 14.
She has to finish 14th.
Whatever else happens, if she's 14th, it's guaranteed.
A Russian athlete has never won the World Cup title in women's skeleton.
This is the 23rd season. A Russian athlete has never been in the top 3. A Russian athlete before Nikitina has never won more than once in a season. 5:32, fastest start in a competition.
And she's back in 7th place, which she's not familiar with being in 7th place.
That'll do. Come on, Elena, just get it down.
4 tenths. Really had issues down on the exit of 8. Ooh, that tap there is not going to help.
3,900's up. It'll do. If she's just in the top half dozen, that's more than enough.
Was she told to go for it? Or was she told good to the bottom?
She's just going to try and drive herself down as best she can. Good speed, 2,600's up. That's enough.
Ooh, maybe not. 117.2. That's decent. Down to 4. She's not going to be the leader.
All right, but she is going to be the World Cup champion. First or second now will do it. Lācis will move up. Second at the line,
champion.
World Cup champion for the first time ever.
For the Russians.
Sergei
Come on, Sergei Chudinov, get excited.
Little smile from him.
The golden
globe, the crystal globe.
Crystal globe.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Only
beautiful trophies.
In all the history of Skeleton World Cup since 1986 for the men and since 1996 for the women, only one Russian has ever lifted the crystal globe, and that was Alexander Tretyakov a decade ago.
Well, wasn't perfect, but she doesn't need to be perfect. She just needs to get to the bottom. Look at her head down there.
Yeah.
Look at her not looking where she's going.
Yeah. She knows the hit's coming, she'll take it.
Congratulations.
Elena Nikitina, the World Cup champion. So 5 to go, and Nikitina was not the top Russian.
She's the
She
third
was
Russian.
not even the second Russian. Now, so she's nervy this weekend. There's no doubt about that. Now, what can Renata Kutsina do? Can she drive herself into a medal?
66 should be in the 50s, knowing what we've seen.
She's about a quarter second shy of a medal spot, but it's about 2 good runs, not 1.
She got a good first run on a very snowy track. She went early. She went 13th.
Yeah. No, she did go early. She was third out.
Third out.
Kanikina was 13th. Yeah. So she had snow. Everybody had snow. But again, she's got mass. You know, she could be a bobsled break woman. 600s back. I think Laura Dees is going to move up. Renata, steady the ship.
She was 8th best in the first race of the year, which was her top finish of the season, I think.
Good speed so far from Renata.
I don't know if she's got enough. She's falling back more. Ooh, she hit that take on too early. You know, she's going to fall back 4 or 5 spots.
21st World Cup of her career. A medal is not coming to her today. She's in 4th on the line.
9th best time of the run. Laura Dees moves up, gets a little closer to medal potential. She just picked off 2 Russians.
Yeah. Somebody has to hand Laura a medal because she was a long way back. She was 42 hundredths off the lead, which is 3/10 out of the medals.
But who's got the best time of the run so far?
Yeah, Laura.
Yeah.
By a big margin.
Big margin. 80-something hundredths better.
Yeah.
This didn't help a little bit. Watch the change of direction here.
It didn't look like a particularly loose
Too
run.
late there.
Yeah.
And then here, she was too late up in 6, and it cost her to be late on the exit of 8.
Skids hit the wall. You see
So
the
she
ice
100 meters above this is where she made her mistake. And that exit of 8, boy, you want to accelerate out of there.
Look at the shoulders there. They're a little up off the sled. She's still looking
look at her.
for the
She
line.
hit the take on there too early.
Still looking for those lines, but look, she's enjoyed her time here.
There's the
Russians with some
champion
nice
right there.
ginger herb tea. Okay, 4 to go. We know who our World Cup champion is. Who's going to be the runner-up? Who's going to take the silver medal? It should be Tina Hermann of Germany. But she's got to finish.
Well, she's got to finish.
She's got to finish.
What happens with Reneva? She comes down and wins the race.
5:61. Now, if Hermann holds her spot, she'll be the runner-up.
Well, there's one thing we know. This is a speed merchant on the bottom part of this track.
Yeah.
She has flown in the 2 heats yesterday, last night, and the one earlier today, mistake there.
1800s up.
But she comes out of nowhere on the bottom.
She stopped the bleeding. She was 2000s back, 1800s back.
World Cup champion, season champion in 2015.
120.0. That's not as quick as Laura Dees. 114.8.
But this is where she does
That's
magic.
Not as quick as Laura
Here
Dees.
she goes,
Here we
though.
go.
Here she gets what she does.
This is
afterburners.
The runner-up in the World Cup title race. 120 kilometers an hour, and at
Look
the
at the way
line.
she pulled away again. She lost time all the way down.
Yeah.
Bottom part of the track, she just puts it in overdrive. And she, boy, if we put the stats up, Kreisel down, I bet you she wins.
Yeah.
By far.
Every clock, she's just finding speed. So what does she do? What does she do with her sled? How does she set the runners? How does she handle that?
Well, you know, we're talking a person that's won the World Cup title, and she's been living in the shadows of Jacqueline Lolling, and obviously when Lolling's not here, this is the best German slider.
Right, Hermann might take a medal here.
I
She
would
did
think
last
she's got a
night in
great
the
chance.
silver. She leads with 3 to go, but she was only 1300ths off gold in the first heat. Tina Hermann leads from Laura Dees and Elena Nikitina. Next up is the biggest question in this race. Will Yulia Kanikina get a second good trip? Look at the extension this former ballerina's got on her legs. It's like they're not attached to her. She just flings them around all over the place. Third after the first heat. Nikitina, the World Cup champion, is watching her teammate.
Gonna get a good start. Should be like 5:34, 5:35. Seeing what everybody else has been doing. 32. And this little ballerina, though, has a little issue right off the bat.
Joint fastest start.
Now, she'll accelerate here, 3 numbers, but that mistake might have cost her 10 hundredths at least. 45 hundredths. Still doesn't mean anything. Ooh, a little early there. She gets it out to 50 hundredths. See, it's already back to 40. And this is where the time starts to go away. Her inexperience on the sled.
Well, Tina Hermann not only raced here before, but she's done 40 World Cups. This is only the 25th for Kanikina.
She's got a good exit here. She's got a chance. 1:17.4.
That's good speed. That's really good speed.
No, she's already lost it.
Going to find something in the bottom. Where's she going to finish?
Now
Will she be second at the line? Will she be ahead of her teammate and Laura Dees? No,
11th best time of the run.
Tina leads. She's in the medals again.
But how about Laura Dees is up into 4th?
And that means, unless Mimi Reniva wins, I think Tina Hermann will be the runner-up in the World Cup again.
Well, just remember this name, Yulia Kanakina. When she finally figures out how to get down the tracks, look at the disappointment.
Yep.
When she finally figures it out, she'll medal threat in China with that start time.
And again, you know, she's got the right attitude.
Right here, look at this, right off the bat. Look, she just doesn't get through that curve properly.
Just late onto one, and that was sort of the story of the run. Late everywhere, she's having a counter steer there off the corner.
Then hard steering in the Kreisel.
Yeah, and then here,
look at
look,
she had her head way down, then she came way up, and that transition there is where and everything went away.
Her feet are like a sled width higher than her head is. And
remember,
so,
that's an aerodynamic thing too.
And that's all that energy that's not pushing you forward. So, disappointment for Yulia Kanakina of Russia. She's 4th with 2 to go. Yesterday's winner and the winner 4 years ago are last to go for Canada. So Mimi Reniva,
57 in the first run, should get into the 40s.
Yesterday won her first ever race on an artificial track, her first outside of the Engadine Valley in Switzerland.
And she gets around curve 1 very quietly. I don't think she had a very good first run, especially up here in curve 4, 5. She hit 5 too early. Let's see if she gets through it here. Watch her crossover, and she does the same thing again.
Yeah.
You heard the noise.
2600
So that's only 2200s. That's that mistake. That's a huge mistake. 2 consecutive trips.
If she's got any lead left exiting the Kreisel, it'll be a surprise. Here we go, down into the Kreisel, 119.5. Tina Hermann was 120s.
But Tina Hermann flew down here.
113, that's good speed.
Reniva down to 300s.
No, she's not going to cling on, is she? Hasn't got the speed
it's
at the bottom.
Even right now, doesn't have it. 118 clip, so Tina Hermann's going to finish second in the World Cup title. 58-58. Laura Dees still has the best time of the run, I think.
Yeah, Laura Dees, 58.42, smoked everybody, and Laura is in 3rd with 1 to go.
Well, that guarantees Mimi at least a medal, though, so a good...
Well, that means that Mimi moves ahead of Sophia Griebel in the World Cup rankings. She will be in 3rd.
So she walks away with a trophy also, appropriately.
Yeah,
nice
a win yesterday and a crystal globe. Look at that low heel action. First couple of steps.
Didn't get away, but you know, the start was 3rd best start, 49. This is the crossover point, bang. She did that 2 consecutive heats. She didn't do that last night when she walked away with the win. And she's up in that expansion joint there.
That's a nice punch in the face from your helmet piece.
Pretty good weekend, Mimi, no matter what.
And a good end to a good season. Now for Elizabeth Meyer. Can she claim her first win here in 4 seasons? The winner here in the 14-15 season, the last time we came, the first time she raced here in World Cup.
So she did mid-40s, low 40s.
1300s in hand over Tina Hermann is not
50.
much.
Not very good start. Everybody else going faster.
But that gives her 1100s extra, so that's 2400s up on Tina Hermann.
Yeah, but Tina Hermann's rocket scientist on the bottom part of the track.
Yeah, but Liz Meyer's feeling no pain. She's on home ice, 3100s up.
And she crossed over 4 to 5 without that little tap.
Yep.
And her teammate
3100s.
Lost 100 back, so she's got to stop that bleeding. Ooh, that's not good there.
Late exit bit
that caused a problem there, so watch out for the speed. 118 kilometers. Down to 24. Now this is where the German made all her time. This gets down to single digits, watch out.
It's going away.
Now
it's not going to win this. Tina Hermann is going to claim gold in the women's skeleton season finale.
No speed at all here.
Of the year.
Wow, 11th best time, 4th. Laura Dees gets a medal.
Yeah! Tina Hermann claims her first win of the year, her first since 2017.
600s. Laura Dees came from 7th to 3rd.
Mimi Reniva silver, Laura Dees bronze, and Elizabeth Meyer as you say, 600s out of the medals
Only
with 4th
200s
place.
better at the start. Everybody else 7, 8, 1000s, 2000s at the start.
Well, 3 Canadian women in the top 5 yesterday evening. They didn't quite manage it. 3 were in the top 7 today. And Liz Meyer bronze yesterday.
This is the 7-8 combination. Look at this.
Yeah.
This tap here didn't help. That set her up bad for the exit of 8. Now watch the exit of 8. So that crossover of 7, look how high she has to dive out of the curve.
Yeah.
A couple hits there, a lot of friction. That's where it went away.
Well done, everyone.
All right. Nevertheless, not a bad weekend for Liz Meyer. There's Mum Rita. Dad Jeff, we saw up at the start earlier on. So the whole family is here, and then they'll head to Vancouver next week. There's Mimi Reneva offering her congratulations. Mimi, a gold and a silver within 14 hours. That's not too bad.
And she moves up to 3rd in World Cup points.
Yep. Crystal Globe, 3rd place, but Tina Herman.
Has she won this year?
Nope.
First
since January 2017.
Well,
it's been a long drought
and
for
that
Herman.
signature fist that she's got in the winner's box.
Yeah.
We've seen that for years. Usually getting out of the sled as the last person down.
Yeah.
When she won 4 or 5 races there in the 2015, 14-15 season, World Cup champion, European champion.
Yeah, she's not exactly ho-hum about it, is she?
No, she...
It means a lot. Tina Herman, the winner, from Mimi Reneva and Laura Dees. Bronze here 4 years ago. Bronze
what
again.
A shuffling of the cards in the second run, huh?
We knew it was coming. They were all so tight, weren't they? So John will go and interview our winners at the finish line, and we will then have our presentations later today with the Crystal Globes and our first ever Russian women's champion, Elena Nikitina. A huge day for Elena Nikitina, and a huge season as well. I was looking back through the records, I thought, I don't think a Russian woman's ever won more than once in a season. I only had to look to last year. Nikitina won twice last year. She's won 3 times this year. She won the season opener in Sigulda, she won in Altenburg, and she won in Lake Placid. Now, we always talk about her as being a fast starter, but one thing that Sigulda, Altenburg and Lake Placid have in common is they are drivers' tracks, and she can really drive that sled. Silver medalist in Innsbruck, so she's a good glider too, and that start always helps on the short 1200-meter Innsbruck track. But the longest track on the planet, St. Moritz, she was also in the silver medal position. So she has not been outside the top 4 until today. 1st, 2nd or 4th, today 5th. So today actually, perversely, the worst result of her best season ever. She's never finished in the top 3 in the World Cup, and this year she's the World Cup champion. And only one Russian slider has ever been a World Cup champion before. That was Alex Tretyakov 10 long seasons ago, the 08-09 season. And he is poised on the brink. It's going to be a tough battle with him and Sunbin Young. That comes up on Sunday morning, 8:30 local time. Battle commences there. 15:30 Central European for the Crystal Globe in the men's skeleton. So we may end up with 2 Russian skeleton World Cup champions. Well, later on today, we've got bobsled, women, the race starting at 12:30, and then we flip-flop women, 2-man, women, 2-man. Again, the season finals here, finals.